The newest item on the street is owning property in LLCs. This is something, LLCs weren't here all the time, but I think they started in Wyoming in 1977. Oil and gas interests wanted them. And the one thing with an LLC, you have the protection of a corporation without the tax responsibilities of one, and it frankly nobody can figure out who is in these LLCs. And cities like Atlanta, Memphis, there are a lot of properties owned in the titles in the name of LLCs, like John Jones LLC or whatever. One, they don't know who's in it, they don't know who to go after, and the tenants that are there don't know who to go after. It's sort of all secret as to who is behind the LLCs and who owns them. The only thing LLCs are required is they have a registered agent. And the registered agent, they can serve papers on the registered agent, but then if the registered agent leaves or shuts the deal down, the only thing there is the property. And it's in the name of the LLC, but the cities don't know what to do with them. Now, expensive cities like New York and Miami, LLCs have helped foreign investors launder money through luxury condo purchases. In poorer cities like Memphis and Milwaukee, they have enabled investors to walk away from vacant properties and tax bills with no liability. They just take off, goodbye, tell the city to do what they want, including the renters. And the renters in a LLC, frankly, they don't know who they're dealing with because they don't know who the owner is, and they're not even sure who's going to evict them. But these seem to be the newest trend on how to own properties in the United States right now. Now, some of these companies have bought houses across in 24 states through nearly 24 LLCs. Naturally, you can set up an LLC like a corporation. You can have ABC Corporation, AB Corporation, or C Corporation, all kind of different little names, and you can have a variety of corporations. The LLCs can go the same way, except the LLC's after the name, but in the front they could be, John Small, Joe Small, Aaron Small, and LLC after their name. So there are 3 different LLCs. And you can have hundreds of different LLCs. Now, by the mid-90s, all states had LLC laws, but it's not helping the poorer states where they have the poorer rentals, like Milwaukee, as we stated, and it's helping the states with the money get outside money in that's laundered money to clean up and buy these luxury condos and things like that in LLCs. Now, naturally, you can buy them in an LLC. That's the way to do it generally. Call it John and Harriet LLC. Buy property anywhere in the country, John and Harriet LLC. And
Limited Liability Corporation. What is it?
Limited Liability Corporation. That's what it's called. Limited Liability Corporation. Frankly, if these cities have been chasing these, the ones that won't pay the taxes, the ones that won't fix the properties, they've been chasing them, but they're just wasting their time. I mean, because these people are in these deals so they can be avoided and not caught and take a lot of tax write-offs. Like they can buy an old house in the LLC, take the tax write-offs, tax, and then don't fix it. Then you just leave town. You leave town, and that's the end of the deal. But I think there are going to be some changes in these LLCs. I can see the wealthy cities where they're getting money in to clean it up, to buy expensive condos and houses. You know, they're not getting hurt, but the places that are getting hurt are the poorer cities like Milwaukee and places like that where people are buying them. They don't plan on keeping them. They're not fixing them. They're not paying taxes. And then eventually they just abandon them. So something has to be checked out on these LLCs, especially in the poorer cities. And I'm talking about there are a lot of LLCs in Atlanta, I know for a fact. And a lot of people walk from Atlanta and they're not coming back. Thank you.